Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader Guide, Officer Exemplar Guide. Let's go.
Are you ready for Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader? As I am. The Emperor protects.
So now, Officer, once you decide to become a Vanguard, Master Tactician or a Grand Strategist, the last thing that remains after level 36 is the final upgrade, and that would be Officer Exemplar. What we're gonna cover is Officer Vanguard Exemplar, Officer Master Tactician Exemplar, and Officer Grand Strategist Exemplar. Let's begin with the Exemplar and check the most important talents and what you should upgrade. The rest of these are characteristics and so on. They are strictly dependent on your build and what you're about to play. If you play as range, you need ballistic. If you play as melee Vanguard Officer, you need weapon skill or toughness or strength or fellowship, okay? In most cases, people will need intelligence and fellowship as an officer, especially if you go with a Master Tactician or Grand Strategist. So, the Exemplar has a lot of useless spells, and now we're gonna divide everything for the Officer Vanguard, Officer Master Tactician, and Officer Grand Strategist. What talent goes to what type, or better to say archetype, of officer? The first one in line is Tough as Steel, Vanguard valid only. The second one would be Flesh Wounds, Vanguard valid only. The third one would be Full Attention, Vanguard valid only. Next one would be Little Threat, Vanguard only. The next one would be Tricky Defense. This is Master Tactician or Grand Strategist talent. The next one would be Critical Velocity. It's valid on everyone, all three archetypes: Vanguard, Master Tactician, and Grand Strategist. The next one would be Unbreakable Will. It's only valid on a Vanguard. The next one would be Unstoppable, valid on Vanguard only. The next one would be Relentless, only on Vanguard and Grand Strategist. The next one would be Martyrdom, valid on all Vanguard, Strategist, and Master Tactician. The next one would be Steel Shell, valid on Vanguard only. The next one would be Peak Condition, valid on Vanguard only. The next one would be Revenge, only valid on Vanguard. The next one would be Eager for Battle, valid on all. Extremely good talent, you should learn it first, okay? If you want more detailed explanations about every single talent, they are on my Warrior Exemplar video, okay? Right now I'm just telling you what's good for what type, archetype of the officer, so if you want a full detailed explanation like I do for everything that I do, then you check out Warrior and you'll see the full explanation of every single talent. So, Eager for Battle is absolutely brutal on all archetypes of officer. The next one would be Death Dealer, valid on all, quite solid. You should learn it during this leveling here after level 36. The next one would be the Destroyer, valid on Vanguard only. The next one would be Grievous Wounds, valid on all archetypes of officer. The next one would be a Pinpoint Accuracy, valid on Master Tactician and Grand Strategist, so no Vanguard here. The next one would be Extermination. It's valid on all, but Master Tactician profits out the most out of this talent, Extermination. The next one would be Cataclysm, valid on all archetypes of the officer. And now we go into the great part. The first one would be Eager Subordinates, valid on all, absolutely crazy good talent and you should learn it as fast as you can. Attention, valid on all type of officer, okay? This Exemplar talent should be learned as fast as you can. It's extremely good. The next one, Firebrand, valid on all archetypes of the officer. You should learn it ASAP. Okay, so these three here are crazy good. Now we go into the Flag Bearer. Flag Bearer is also valid on all. Crazy good talent. Vanguard profits out the most out of the talent, but it's good on all archetypes basically. It's a crazy good talent. The next one would be Degraded Defense. It's valid on all, but best on a Master Tactician. The next one would be Puncture, valid on Master Tactician only. The next one would be Deadly Aim, valid on Master Tactician and Grand Strategist. The next one would be Masterful Precision. I would say that it's quite useless unless you use Finish the Job spell on Master Tactician. In other words, you can easily avoid Masterful Precision. The next one would be a Crushing Assault. It's valid on Vanguard only. The next one would be Out of My Way. Completely useless on Officer. Completely useless. The next one would be Combat Meditation. It is only valid if you decide to play as a Psyker officer, no matter the archetype. The next one would be Malign Influence, again only valid on a Psyker officer. The next one would be Contagion, only valid on a Psyker officer. The next one would be Perfection Under Fire, valid on all, one of the best talents in the game. That's how great it is, valid on all types of officer or archetypes. The next one would be Shot Through, valid on Master Tactician only. The next one would be Know It All. Know It All is probably the best freaking talent that exists in the game, no matter if it's the officer or someone else. But for this type, okay, of the officer that scales with fellowship and intelligence, this is the best talent that you can take. So Know It All is extremely good. The next one would be Carnage, Disastrous Collision, and Masterful Display, and that would be all of them. Masterful Display, Disastrous Collision, and Carnage, you should avoid them when playing the officer. And that would be all the talents. I gave you the best ones, I specified what they are, I gave you good ones, I gave you those that are archetype, or better to say, class specific for the Vanguard, for the Master Tactician, for the Grand Strategist. And now you decide what you wanna play. Use my previous guides for the default officer and the prep to become a Vanguard, Master Tactician, Grand Strategist, and then pick the talents that I gave for the Exemplar accordingly. My advice is again to use paper, put down what you wanna play, mark the home world that I say that is great, the origin that I say that is great for the specific archetype, then prepare to play a specific archetype, and then just said the exemplar talents at the end that I said that work with a specific archetype, and you're good to go. So a piece of paper in your hands, it takes like 5 minutes to write it all down, and you're good to go. You can play how you like. I did not create the guides to be specific, like play this build, you know, and you need to stick with it. I give you options, I tell you what's good, and then you decide what you want to learn and when, and how you want to develop your rogue trader. Okay, that would be it with the exemplar, and with that we also finish the full officer guide. We covered every single aspect that exists, from abilities, active abilities, talents, spells, and characteristics. You don't need to know much. Fellowship is the most important thing when you play an officer, because you are the leader of the team, you're the main support. No matter if you're tanky or squishy, you are the main support. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I thank to all of my patrons and all of the members on my YouTube channel. As always, thank you all for your support, and I'll be seeing you on the next one. Thanks for watching.
Are you ready for Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader? As I am. The Emperor protects.